Welcome back to Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists. This week, a tradition that has spanned the decade since 100 years ago and is going this year as well. And a tradition for Artists on Artists on Artists as well. We are talking to the people behind the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade again.
Macy's is not just for clothes anymore. It's for the parade, which we've established is a long-running tradition. So join us as we see what happens this year.
For the first time ever in Artist on Artist on Artist on Artist history, we return a year later to catch up with our friends.
So pull up that turkey, turn on ABC, and let's listen in.
We're back. What fun.
So wonderful to see everybody here again. So happy to see you here to talk to you guys about NBC's Thanksgiving Day Parade, the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I can't wait to get back in. I've been seeing all your smiling faces, obviously, as we get ready, but it's good to see everybody again.
It's so great to see everyone. It is so fantastic to see everyone again, and I cannot wait to really get into it. And we should address, we are on Zoom this time because I know we've had some issues and we can get into that later. But I am so excited to see you regardless. This is my favorite holiday of the year.
Yes, Viv, we'll definitely offline about why we're on Zoom this year. There was some coordinating and scheduling with the facilities that kind of got delegated between floats and your department. It ended up that
I was also given a strongly worded email that if I didn't take some certain type of awful medicine, I wouldn't be allowed into the building. So
what kind of awful medicine is that we mandated?
The devil's juice.
The COVID vaccine, I believe you're talking about.
I believe Soup is referring to the COVID vaccine.
But let's move on. Let's get back to the holiday.
Yeah, maybe we should give everybody a refresher of who we are, just so they don't have to go back and listen to the past episode. My name is Giancarlo. I am part of the Macy's Day Parade. I'm the filler. I fill in for things. If somebody drops sick, if something doesn't happen well, you text me, I show up. Yeah.
And Giancarlo has been filling in throughout the whole year as well. Because Giancarlo has also joined our digital team. And so he's been filling in a lot on our social media.
I've been filling in for the digital team specifically. Somehow I got on a group chain email thread, and whenever they need somebody to do some sort of digital promotion or something like that, and somebody's sick, Giancarlo's in. I'm in front of the camera. I'm behind the camera. I'm coming up with the ideas. It's a mess. It's a freaking mess. You would not believe the TikToks that I have to make for the Macy's Day Parade.
He's still going. Give him a second, Viv. I think he needs to air it out a little bit.
Yes, of course. He's been through a lot. Well, hi, everyone. As you know, my name is Viv Tracy. I am director of balloons here at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. I oversee from the blowing up of the balloons to the parading of the balloons down the parade. We are going full force this year, and I am so excited to head up the operation.
And I am the Viv version on the float side. I am Trevor Sullivan. I am the director in charge of floats. It has been a very exciting year. There has been a lot of advancement in float technology, aka we have moved a couple of our floats to hybrid. We have one car this year that is a Prius. It is pulling a very exciting float. It is Dove Cameron on the Vaseline float. She's going to be singing All I Want for Christmas Is You. So it's going to be really, really fun.
Yay, Dove!
Yeah, Dove supports electric vehicles, hybrids. So it's really fun. I'm just excited to see everybody. I just am excited to take a break because it definitely is ramping up. You know, we're recording this about 2 weeks out, which means I call this hell month. So that's where I am. So it's nice to check in, and there's a lot of stuff I need to answer that I couldn't get to you guys in email. So I can let you guys know if you guys had any outstanding questions, you can ask me and I'll fill you in.
Incredible.
Me? Should I? You guys want me to speak?
Oh yeah, Stizz, your connection's coming in a little fuzzy. which is
am
so
I here
Stizz.
now?
You're
Yes.
here now, yeah.
All right. Yeah, that's me. I'm Stacy D. But as you know, you guys are my friends. You call me Stizz.
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 That's me. I'm a holder. I hold the balloons. And a little refresher. I think that I remember correctly that I've been doing this since I was in high school, and it's the only skill that I have. And I am very strong. Steroids.
Oh, Stizz, we lost you a little bit there. Maybe you want to repeat this a little bit?
I don't remember what I said, so
Okay.
it's coming back.
Well,
All right.
I believe Stizz was also recovering from, if I remember correctly, from what we talked about last year, what we informed the viewers about last year. You were on a lot of steroids as well.
Oh yes, that's what I was saying.
Are you still doing that?
Yeah, I'm on the other devil's juice, the roids.
The roids, the okay devil's juice.
Yes. Yeah.
The okay devil.
It is okay, and I do take a lot of them.
Yay,
Yes.
Stizz.
And Stizz, if I don't recall as well, or if I can recall correctly, excuse me, you are celebrating your 50th birthday this year.
That's right. I'm turning 50. This is my big 5-0, and you guys have given me a lot of special responsibilities at the parade as a gift.
Well, our gift when somebody turns 50 is we give them a lot more work to do because we know that you're seasoned and you can handle it.
Yay!
So the 50th birthday is very special here because we give you 50 things to hold. So one for every year you've been alive. So Stizz will be holding, in some capacity, all 50 floats this year.
And you can use pockets.
Balloons,
You can
sorry.
you can use pockets. You can use straps. You can use whatever you need to use, but you have to hold it.
And I've heard, and I've been hitting the gym more than you could ever know, and I've been filling myself up with more devil's juice than you can imagine.
Yay, the good kind.
Only the good kind, Soup. You're right. And so I'm prepared to hold 50 really heavy things at once.
Yay, Stizz. Hi guys, it's me, Soup Senate. Kind of a quirky girl. I am a Rockette. This is my 3rd year as a Rockette. I'm actually sticking around longer.
Unbelievable, because usually only Rockettes make it, 2 years or something?
Yeah,
3
that's
years?
the shelf life. Rumor is I've hit my head so many times that they're scared to fire me and that I'll go
Okay, so just a quick follow-up on that. Is it they're scared to fire you because you'll do something crazy or because you'll sue?
Either or. That's the rumor.
I also wanted to congratulate you, Soup. I know that they reserve a specific role in the Nutcracker production that you guys do for the senior Rockettes. You're playing Air Drosselmeyer this year. So I think that's really cool. That's
It's really
course, the
awesome.
old man with the eye patch that gives the girl the Nutcracker.
It's a huge moment in my career. I think similar to Stizz. I am going into my veteran years. And though the Rockettes exist a little outside of the parade, but also within the parade, it's beautiful to celebrate my 3rd year playing that role. What's his name again?
Air Drosselmeyer, the old grizzled gross
Air
war veteran.
Drosselmeyer. Yeah.
Air Drosselmeyer.
And you don't remember because you hit your head so many times.
I hit my head so many times. But because I kick, if people don't remember, because I sometimes don't. Sometimes I kick so high I hit my head, and then I flip back around. So I am playing Air Drosselmeyer. They're putting me in heavy prosthetics. They said this year for Air Drosselmeyer they're going to go with disgusting, and I'm really excited about that.
I'm really excited to see those prosthetics. Disgusting sounds so fun and so Thanksgiving for me.
It's so Thanksgiving. Speaking of Thanksgiving, we are very excited about the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade coming out very soon on Thanksgiving, November 23rd this year. Viv, I don't know if you wanted to announce this year's theme.
Well, this year's theme is, of course, drum roll, please. I'm so excited. Factory farming. It is sort of a celebration of factory farming. It is an uplifting of factory farming. We thought The turkey's on the table. Why not see the process before the turkey hits the table, right? Yeah. Let's see the farms that do the great work, and not just farms, the companies that hold the farms as well. We want to hold them up in celebration. So we're doing lots. We're doing a cage balloon that is representative of cages that birds go into, and we are doing a cattle ranch coalinga balloon today, and it's going to be very exciting. We're still working out how we're doing it. We're going to put 1,000 tiny cows bunched together in the air. So we're very excited. Lots of developments happening, and we're just very stoked.
We really wanted to reclaim the term factory farming because it's begun to be used in a negative context. And the people that work in factory farms are hardworking people, and they get a lot of stuff done in a little amount of time, and a lot of stuff done that we're actually enjoying on Thanksgiving Day. And so we wanted to show how fun it is and how exciting it is and how it is such a modern marvel that factory farming exists, and something that only us as a modern society could be really proud of.
Exactly. And can we just give it up for corn syrup for a minute?
Let's give it up for corn syrup.
Celebrate corn syrup for a minute.
Give it up for corn syrup.
It's done so much for us, and it's in so many things, and it's gotten a bad rap. But
just for a minute. Let's give it up for them. Just for a minute.
Let's just pay their dues. And I do want to give a quick shout out as well to Monsanto. They have been a wonderful co-sponsor this year.
And I don't want to correct you, Viv, but it is not co-sponsor, it is title partner. So it is the
yes, of course.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade by Monsanto.
Oh, you do. Yeah. It's like Tom and Jerry.
Constantly bopping each other over the head. We can't get it up.
But I do think we're both the cat.
I think we're both the cat. If we were the mouse, we wouldn't be able to handle this. We would crack after a day.
Exactly. Only cats can handle something like this. So it's really exciting.
Sorry to jump in here. I just feel like I'm sorry. It just feels like maybe this is gonna be another controversial year. Like I know we've had some controversial years in the past with the themes that you guys end up choosing. And I'm just as the filler who's been around for a while, I'm just wondering if this isn't one of those years again. Do you guys remember Feet Picks year when the theme was feet picks?
I certainly remember Feet Picks year. That was my first year. It wasn't my call, but I did execute it to the best of my ability. And it was challenging. I mean, this was the 90s. This was even before the internet. And so it was Kodak. Kodak was sponsoring it, and it was really challenging. What I would say is we don't have so much as controversial years. We have years that reflect the environment we're in. So I would like to reframe that idea.
Exactly. The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade is a mirror to society. It reflects our values and what we hold dear and what is the conversations that are already happening.
Well, I hate to jump in here also because, again, I'm just a holder. And again, I think I didn't go to college. But I do want to say that if we are reflecting what's going on now, I, in my personal life, have gone away from eating animal products because I do think that it is making the planet deteriorate. So the fact that we are now supporting and are, I guess, partnered with these chemical companies and also talking about the way in which we capture, slaughter, and put turkeys into the supermarkets.
Careful, Stizz. Stizz. You're on the mic.
Yes. I'm just trying to point out that perhaps Giancarlo has a point, and we should change the.
Look, we're just fillers and holders over here. We're just fillers and holders. We're just fillers and holders.
Really quickly, I just want to say I agree with everything that's been said because I'm a follower.
Okay, listen, and I want to thank you guys for being brave and speaking to this, because it's so inspiring to me that we have a workplace where you can voice your thoughts. I think that is incredible. What I might remind you guys...
has a thought. Every holder has a thought. We value that. Yes.
Exactly. We really value that. What I might remind you guys is that we have a Google form for this. So if you want it to really be taken into account...
I don't have a computer.
And that's
notoriously,
kind of difficult for us,
Stizz doesn't have a computer. Notoriously, you know this.
I know. And I also want to thank you, Stizz, for taking this Zoom meeting from your houseboat. I really appreciate that.
I had to borrow equipment. You guys sent it over.
Yes, I know. I saw. I logged in a little bit early, and I saw your camera flip a little bit, and I could tell that there is a dial-up cord going from your boat to a boat next to you. There's another
I
boat.
borrowed from my neighbor. I borrowed, what do you call it? Ethernet?
Yeah.
Yes, I borrowed that.
Crazy that he has an Ethernet connection on his houseboat. That's insane. That can't be safe.
Well, he is docked.
Everyone's connected to a house.
Yeah, the house.
Yes, that one is a house. That's a house.
Got it.
That
got
my
it.
houseboat
Silly
is next to.
misunderstanding.
Your houseboat is next to an actual house,
A
and
real
he's your
house.
neighbor.
Yes.
Yes. But I also just wanted to circle back a little
Crazy
bit.
zoning. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Crazy
just to
zoning.
circle back a little bit to circling back. I'm circling back to factory farming. Just to circle back on that. If you noticed, we said factory farming. We didn't talk about animal slaughtering, right? We're celebrating the farmers. And I want to highlight that. We're celebrating the people that work hard. And for you guys to discredit the work they're doing is a little bit going against the American people. There's millions of people that are factory farmers. There's millions of people that work hard. So I would remind you guys,
I get
we're
that.
celebrating people at the
Totally.
Thanksgiving
I guess what I want to admit now is I don't want to be a filler for one of the 100 men you have naked in cages for this one.
Okay.
I don't want to be a filler for that one.
Okay. And again, those reassignments can be submitted through the Google form. So we can make sure that all of this, because ultimately we want everyone to be happy, because today is going to be such today, every day leading up to the parade is a gift. And the parade itself is a gift.
It is.
And
So funny you said that.
Celebrating.
Because I do believe, Viv, that like once we're in November, this feels like one really, really long day.
Mm-hmm.
That won't end. And I feel like all of us every year we're here, right? And we should speak to the endurance that we all go through.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's talk about it. Soup, what you said was high key fire just now. I think that's exactly what is happening. It's endurance. It's hard. I will say, my local Pete's Coffee Shop, when I check in and I grab myself my favorite brew, Pete's Coffee. When I grab myself a Pete's,
You grab yourself coffee? Got it.
When I grab myself a Pete's Coffee,
Are they paying you money?
No, I just love it. Here's the thing. I've never heard anyone else talk about going to a Pete's Coffee, and I just want to let people know that I go to Pete's Coffee.
Well, I
Everyone's
haven't heard
talking
people talking about going to Subway sandwiches.
I'm not talking about sandwiches. I'm talking about coffee. A lot of people talk about going to Starbucks and Dunkin', and they don't talk about Pete's, and it hurts
I
me.
think because its pizza's like not as good.
Yeah.
Well, and that's an opinion, and you can submit that to the Google form. But when I go in November 1st,
I don't have a computer.
When I go in November 1st, I go in and they say, "Oh no, you again. Let's just give you a VAT." And it's always a big joke, and we all laugh about it. And that's how we reconnect. Because I'm drinking so much. What I meant to say is I'm drinking a lot of coffee.
We got that, yeah.
Yeah, we got it.
We got that.
We can tell. I think we can tell.
I really love, didn't we get a sponsor this year from Celsius official?
We did.
Celsius official is very exciting.
The Rockettes have been on Celsius for this whole past year now, and it is absolutely wild back there.
What's the Celsius floats going to be like? What's the Celsius float going to be like?
I'm actually so excited to announce the Celsius float is a tubes themed float, like those tubes at the bank that shoot money up. So it's a bunch of those, but there's Celsius in them, and they're flying around. And under all of the tubes, I cannot wait to tell everybody. The person under all of the tubes, it's of course Vinny Hacker singing his signature song, "Don't Fuck With Me Like My Homeboys Used To."
Oh, you know what I love? How creative that was. You guys thought of Celsius in the theme of banking.
Yeah. Well, they more like the idea. They more like the idea of the Celsius is shooting around in tubes. And so we connected it to banking a little bit.
And on the balloon side, I am so excited to announce that the balloon that is trailing this float is none other than Mr. Beast in the sky. He is hopped up on Celsius and he is bundling money into those tubes.
That's wonderful.
Mr. Beast also is doing a challenge, and I can't speak a lot to it. I know that Stizz is involved in the challenge. It is confidential right now, but Stizz is one of the contestants. It is
talk a little about it. Please, this comes out after Thanksgiving.
I hate to be a big announcement, but I also have had to fill in for a couple people in the tournament, so I am also in that video.
Let's talk about it. Stizz, can you drop a couple deets about the challenge, the tournament that Mr. Beast is doing?
Yeah, in partnership with the Celsius for Thanksgiving. Okay,
Two
yeah.
great corporations.
So, what has happened is Mr. Beast. Sorry, I'm gonna ruin the NDA now because I'm gonna tell you the whole thing.
Yeah.
So don't tell on
But
me.
to be fair, Stizz, they didn't give you an NDA because you don't have a computer.
Well,
so.
no, they mail me papers and then I mail them back. I have mail on the houseboat. So what happens is that Mr. Beast has gathered around 15 turkeys and has injected Celsius into all of them and then sets them free into a meadow. And then myself and 14 other contestants have to chase our turkey. And the person to collect the most Celsius hopped up turkeys is the winner of the Mr. Beast challenge.
And can I just say, because I've also been invited to this, I'm not a contestant, but just as a viewer, you haven't lived till you've seen a turkey run around injected with Celsius.
They are fast, and I'm fast, but somehow they are faster.
Yeah, just to jump on so Mr. Beast usually doesn't have viewers, but there's another contest going on for the viewers. Whoever the viewer laughs the most and feels like they're most on Celsius wins a car, a Tesla car. But they can choose to give up that car and spend the night in the woods with the rest of the turkeys to win $500,000. It's insane.
And we should say what the winner of the turkey challenge wins. It's Delaware. They win Delaware.
Yes, Mr. Beast has been in a deal with Delaware to buy and sell Delaware and give it to one of the contestants.
Listen, if we're breaking NDAs, let's go. I heard a little rumor that there's an entire episode of The Voice on our parade this year. Is that true?
Okay, well, I guess there is maybe a leak in the higher ups, and it certainly wouldn't come from the floats. It sounds like a leak would come from the balloons.
I would say that the Slack channels have been divided to prevent this sort of thing from happening because the Rockettes are on a very different channel. They should not be on those hashtags that are confidential information.
Yeah, and to be honest, we are a group me only dance corporation.
Well,
we do not.
Yeah, I mean, corporately, we exiled you guys to Microsoft Teams. So I don't understand how you got over to Slack. But we can talk about it.
To be honest, all these platforms are actually giving me quite a headache.
They certainly are.
And you know why it's giving you a headache? It's 5G. Anyway.
Yes. Well, so I guess I can announce it. All 4 hosts or guest judges from The Voice are going to be on the very special Men float. And they're going to be sitting on giant spinning beanbags.
Reva!
It's going to be Reva, Niall Horan, Gwen Stefani, and John Legend. And they're going to spin around on a giant beanbag shaped like their voice chair. And they are going to land on somebody in the audience. The thing about this is we've actually decided in one section, we put some of our favorite singers. And we're having the entire crowd sing at the same time. They're going to be singing a classic, Santa Baby. And they're going to sing Santa Baby, and then the judges from The Voice are going to get out of their Men beanbags, and they're going to pick somebody, and that person's going to join them for the rest of the float, which is 5 or 6 blocks. It's going to be fun.
Wow.
That's not how the show The Voice works, right?
It certainly isn't, but it's how the float works.
Okay. Loves The Voice.
I think the only thing for The Voice that is the hosts and some sort of spinning object.
Right.
What I will say is that Men got a lot of say in this one. The rep for the float at Men is so loud and he's so strong. And it's really interesting to be around with him because I think I could learn a lot from him, but he's not interested. It's great. I mean, I can't wait for you guys. Can't wait for you guys to check it out. I wanted to bring up the real fact about the parade this year. It's starting 30 minutes earlier at 8:30 a.m. as opposed to 9 a.m. And I don't know about you guys. Yeah. What do you think about that, Viv? Because it has caused a lot of problems for me.
It has really set the whole equilibrium off. And I will say that the reason we did that, because I know it's been hairy for everybody, but the reason we did that is to celebrate the life of a farmer, right? He gets up at 4 a.m. and he cleans out the eggs from the chickens and he tends to the pigs and hogs. And that's what happens every morning. And so we wanted to pay tribute to that, right? We wanted to pay tribute to that. Unfortunately, it has knocked everybody sort of into a craze. Everyone is not good before 6 a.m. We've started everybody on a 4 a.m. mandatory wake up schedule. So just for regular work Zooms, we're scheduling them at 5:30 a.m. We don't want anyone to risk sleeping in on the big day. So we do have to keep up that regimen of waking up at that time.
Because aren't the roosters going out into New York City and cockadoodling an hour before we start?
Yes, we have trained some roosters via Elon Musk's Neuralink. He's been so generous. We have trained a bunch of roosters to wake up earlier than they should.
Devastatingly so. There was didn't I read that article that they will be dead 2 hours after the fair ends, the parade ends. They will be dead.
God willing they last that long. God willing they get that long. God willing that Neuralink actually works, because that is all Elon has guaranteed us. He said, we'll get you through the float. And then he sent a bunch of pictures that didn't make any sense to us.
Yes. A lot of pictures.
Well, that's great. How's everybody's year been? More my question. I just like to catch up with old friends.
Oh, I love that.
Honestly,
we should talk, because people don't know this. Since we have such a busy Christmas and Thanksgiving, our office Christmas party, or like the company Christmas party, is July 4th. And we should talk about what went down this year, because that was a boozy year.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was a boozy year, and thank you once again to the good people at Sky Vodka for that. Thank you so much for sponsoring us, and thank you for sending Chip and Joanna Gaines to sing Santa Baby as the fireworks go off.
That was really cool. I also wanted to thank our partial sponsors as well. For those who couldn't drink Sky Vodka, we had Dos Hombres Tequila, of course, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul's tequila. We were really happy to have them as well, and they provided a lot of it was basically pom-pom shaped like snowmen. 5,000, 6,000 of them, and we just covered the place with them. It was really fun.
It's just so fun that we get like a Christmas party. You know what I mean? It's our wrap party, basically.
But there was some drama, some goss.
I mean, Stizz.
Don't you dare. Don't you.
Stizz.
I mean, quite a night.
Stizz.
You heartbreaker.
It's like you're the Harry Styles of the company. You know what I mean? You are just all over.
I was, and you know what? Since we all did this last year, it's our first public forum. People really got to know me. Usually, people don't talk to the holders, but ever since we all got together last year, as you guys know, I have been drowning in poon.
Yeah, you've got all these fan Instagram counts now.
Everyone really was into how full of muscles I am, and then also how full of emotions I am, because I did talk about my breakup with Toy last year.
Toy.
You are drowning in the poon.
Right.
Well, Toy is
You're
just a great
drowning.
worker.
I am. Toy is still works with us. Isn't that crazy? No matter how many pieces of mail I sent you guys about requesting that you fire this woman.
We really wish you would use the Google form, because if you would use the Google form, we would have been able to maybe deal with this. But
I don't have a computer.
You have to understand how many children send us letters because they know we're connected to Santa. We have so much mail all the time. It is so hard to get through the physical mail.
I actually had a question for you, Stizz. What is your address if you live on a houseboat? What is that? What do you put down?
Why? She might have a P.O. box, Giancarlo. I don't understand why it's so difficult for you to understand.
I don't get it. What do you put? Houseboat number 4 on the dock? I don't get it.
Have you ever met a sailor before, Giancarlo? I just find it really weird that
sailors. What? A sailor? Sailors don't own houseboats. They work on a boat.
I just feel like you're dead weight in this interview right now. We keep trying to move on, and you keep going back to how Stizz gets mail on a boat.
I'm
easy.
Perplexed. I've just always wanted a houseboat, and I'm just trying to figure out the logistics.
Okay.
You know what? I am not going to say my address publicly, but I will let you know I do have an address, because it's got the word house in it. Though it is a boat, it is a house, and it does have an address.
Stizz, just so we can bury this hatchet, could you maybe describe it and create a fake address, but using the same types of things that you would use in your normal address?
Okay. Sure, you mean just random numbers and then a weird street
Syllables,
name?
ideally.
Just
Same number
show
of
us what it
syllables.
would be like. And you can make up the zip code and all that stuff as well.
Okay, so my fake address, much like a regular address, starts with 3 to 5 numbers.
Okay.
Then a
Okay.
street name.
What's the street name? This is where I get confused. Is it a dock? What if you move your house? Does the mail just get into the water? What happens? How do people mail you?
I don't use the houseboat as a boat. It is just a house. It just happens to be on water. Fine. I have it parked in the pool of a mansion. That's it. There's a giant pool in the backyard of a mansion, and I have parked my houseboat there.
Do you know the person who lives in the mansion?
Yes, it is my ex-toy. Can you please buy a toy?
That's
What
so
happened at the
complicated.
end of that 4th of July party?
Oh my
You are
gosh.
quite literally drowning in foam.
I am drowning in it.
Are the women trying to swim to your houseboat and actually drowning? Is that what's happening?
Yes, that happens sometimes, but also I am getting it. Okay.
Well, I heard Stizz at the July 4th Macy's parade. You hooked up with like 5 members of the Moulin Rouge Broadway cast ensemble.
I did. I did. And it was in fact an orgy. It was in fact an orgy.
And I would like to kind of take some responsibility for this in a more of a somber way, more serious way, because I am and Viv and I are 2 of the only salaried positions at the Thanksgiving Day parade, and everyone else is hourly. So you guys are not held accountable for anything, and we can't have any sort of relations. There's no
We're just contracted
HR.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can't do HR between somebody in a Broadway musical and a high school marching band. You know what I mean?
No.
That's not that's kind of it's on its own. But what we did do, we thought it would be fun to have Stizz guess people's weight at the party, and she picked people up, and she would pick people up and guess their weight by the pound because she's
Right.
really good at it.
And truly, it could have gone so south, but the whole thing felt so body positive. It was
mean,
amazing.
Well, it was very
You had high
body-
schoolers
yeah.
there. You had Broadway dancers there. It was a recipe for disaster.
Yes, you had a lot of people there, and the thing is that when you picked them up, you would say, "Oh, you're only blank." So everyone felt so good, and you also would pick them up around their hips,
Right.
And so everybody felt an immediate connection with you.
My love language is touch, and so I was just touching everyone at the party. Again, you guys decided that. It's not like I came up to you and said, "Hey, is there a way that I may touch everyone in this company?" You guys were like, "Hey, here's a way that you may touch everyone in this company." And so
Yes, and we really needed that, and thank you for stepping in. And thank you so much for stepping in, because Corbin Blue bailed last minute. He was gonna shoot some hoops and sing, and we had booked him to do that, and he bailed last minute because he decided he didn't want to. And
Right.
so we really needed entertainment, and we needed it fast because everyone was counting on us. Everyone counts on the Macy's Day Parade to provide joy and to provide entertainment, even if it's amongst our staff. And so we need to uphold us to that standard. But
They
how does
asked me
everyone
if I
else's-
wanted to fill in for Corbin Blue, but I was busy filming the event with a DSLR because of the
Right.
digital team I'm on now.
right.
And
John-
I do think next year you will take the lens cap off, and I'm excited for that. Jim.
I
excited.
cannot figure it out. I don't get it. How do you know if the lens cap is on or off?
It's dark, or I don't know. Even I know that. But Giancarlo,
Yeah.
I have a question for you. What are you filling in this year? Like, do you have a heads up, or are you waiting to the last minute?
Usually they give me no heads up, and it's kind of a last minute thing. But last night I did get a very ominous text from you guys. If you guys want to go over that, it
did, yeah.
I kind of said, "Beware, be wary," all caps, and it was a little bit of a riddle almost.
Yeah. So we hired a harbinger this year. We brought a harbinger on staff, and it's just somebody that gives warnings, and we've noticed that a lot of his warnings has been correct, and they've predicted the right times. Viv, you found the harbinger, I believe.
Yes. Well, this actually relates to what I have been doing all year, which is I have gotten into Scientology. And one of the amazing people that I've met in my Dianetics class is a harbinger. He is a cloaked man who is able to see the future and talks to ravens as well. And so I got with Trevor and I said, I know what this team needs. I know, because we cannot anticipate every ball that's being thrown at us, right?
No.
We're just getting tons of things thrown at us constantly. We need someone to be ahead of the game, to have that foresight, to have that intuition, to know what's coming next. And boy, does Orpheus know what's coming next.
He certainly does. And Viv, if I could take a second, I just want to congratulate you on how you joined Scientology, but you didn't make it your whole thing. And I wanted to say that I really appreciate it. It's just a part of you, and I think that's really awesome.
It's just a part of me. I only break it out. I have an agreement with myself because I want to maintain career first. I'm a Scientologist Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Thursday.
Oh.
All other days
so just not Tuesday and the weekends.
Not Tuesday and Saturday,
Right.
Those are my party days. Those are my Viv days where I remember to be myself. Now, here's the tricky part. Thursday is the day of the parade. And that is one of the days that I am a Scientologist. So one of the balloons that I have been pushing for is the L. Ron Hubbard balloon sponsored by Hubba Bubba Gum. And so
I had no idea they were a Scientologist company. Or are they just related by name rhyming?
So they don't know what the balloon is yet. They are not aware yet. But we're going to tell them, and it's going to be very exciting. And so we're almost locking that in. But I agree. It is not my whole thing. I would never try and pressure any one of you. It is just something I believe in.
I did sneak into the Dropbox, and I saw some of the prototypes for Elron Hubba Bubba, and it is so funny. And it's Elron blowing a big bubble. And Elron is little, but the bubble is big. And the bubble is the float, and then Elron is kind of this little toy at the end.
Yeah, you'd think Elron would be big because he's this larger than life, sort of godlike figure. But no, he's very small. I think if you read the literature, it would be to you as well. But that is neither here nor there. Anyway, we're very excited.
So back to the Harbinger, the thing I got. He's been weird, creeping me out with some of the texts I keep getting from Orpheus. He's a little forward. He's a little forward.
But do you even know what department you're filling in for? Like,
did you solve any of the riddles?
Yeah, I think. Well,
you can read a couple if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay, I'll read a couple. One said, "It's near, it's far, it rolls like a car, but it's not a car, but a part of a car. You are gonna be rolling on the ground, little boy."
Oh, this is Goodyear. Actually, this is Goodyear. So you're gonna be okay. That's gonna be a ground job.
That's going to be a ground job. I thought I was going to be the wheel of a car. That's what I thought I was going to be.
So what's happening
is,
so for the first year ever, the Goodyear blimp is going to land and it's going to have wheels and it's going to turn into a car. And so
it's like a
They're finally doing it. They're finally doing it.
If I see that blimp on the ground, my little girl self will just die and go to heaven.
I know. Since I was a little kid too, as well, Soup, I used to look up and say, when are they going to get that thing on the ground? And we're finally doing
a childhood dream. It's
actually caused me so much anxiety all my life to know that it's up there and I don't know when it's ever coming down.
Yeah.
So this is fantastic.
And you know who's going to be catching it and situating it to get on the ground? It's Blackpink.
All of them.
Going to be having to get the giant blimp on the ground.
So Blackpink is going to be while they're singing, they're going to grab the blimp and they're going to situate it. We're going to have somebody come in, a pit stop crew, Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s team. We have got them, and they're going to put some wheels on the blimp, and then it's going to go. And
I don't mean to step on the magic, but you have asked me to dress up as a member of Blackpink and help them pull that balloon down because they are weak and I am strong. So
and that's just the magic behind the curtain, folks. There you go. That's how the sausage gets made.
And Stizz, have you met the girls yet? I know we've set up about 5 or 6 ice cream socials for you guys to get to know each other.
That's right. I have been to quite a few. I've been to almost all of those ice cream socials.
5 or 6.
Yeah, all five or 6. I don't know how many. And we have had a lot of ice cream. And let me tell you, have I hooked up with all of them? Maybe.
Oh, goodness.
I heard that Muna was so sad that you didn't come to the 4th one because she really had a connection with you and she was really bummed when she didn't see you there.
Yeah. Guys, sometimes it's good to be off the grid. You can't really keep answering messages.
Being off the grid parked in a pool at a house. That sounds really lovely.
Yeah.
So I guess my year's been getting weird cryptid messages from Orpheus. He kind of gets a little creepy sometimes. The other thing I've been, go
Can
ahead.
I just ask real quick? Has Orpheus mentioned anything about a black rose?
Yeah, he keeps on calling me his black rose.
Oh gosh, Viv. Oh no, that's not very good.
Well,
What does that mean?
We were hoping this wouldn't happen.
Well,
He keeps on saying my
unfortunately-
little boy, my little black rose.
Yes. So so his agreement was that he could claim one.
What?
Yeah, so we sort of told him in
Claim
exchange
one.
because
Claim one.
he didn't want money in exchange for his services, right?
Yeah.
And so legally, to appease the powers that be, we had to find another way to pay him. So we said he could have one.
Can I speak frankly?
Have one.
Can I speak frank?
Please, Sue.
I'm just going to say something. And you know what? All I am is a quirky little girl who kicks too high with too much force. But I'm going to say it.
You're more than that.
Thank you, Stizz. Who's in charge of you, Trevor and Viv? Because sometimes I feel as if you are never checked on by a higher authority.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
I agree.
Listen,
We have a bus.
what did you say?
We have a bus.
We have a bus.
I'm saying we have
No,
a bus.
a boss.
We have
A bus.
We do have a
A
bus. Too.
boss.
But
We
don't,
have a-
but
we have a
don't be.
bus.
We
Don't
have
be
a bus and a
Thanksgiving
bus, and our boss rides on the bus to work. And we have
If you
we-
say it's
we
Santa,
cannot
I'm going to get mad. Don't.
well.
It better be.
It's
you.
not. It's not Santa. He can't be a boss. He has
no.
Christmas to think about.
All
Well-
joking, no, Viv is being pernicious. All joking
No, I'm
aside,
being silly.
to be very clear, I find Santa, and I wanted to be clear, moving this up 30 minutes has been very hard to lock in a Santa because these men do not want to get up. Most of them are on union contracts with truck driving companies, and they have to get 12 hours of sleep. A lot of them finish at 10 p.m.
Do they?
Wow.
Are they
So-
Santas on the trucks? Is that how it works?
Technically, we have begun to hire truck drivers, and they technically is a big truck. So technically, that float specifically is in the truck drivers union. And unfortunately, it's been really hard to book
Wow.
them. So no, Santa Claus is not our boss. I would say our boss is somebody that you, hopefully, will never meet. And I say that with all passion and compassion towards you guys. I
Exactly.
love you guys.
We act as the sort of imagine, if you will, a funnel. And you're trying to pour wine into a funnel to fit it into a tiny little flask. And we sort of catch all the gunk, all the pieces of cork, all the coffee grinds, all the stuff you don't want.
Well,
in the
funnels
funnel.
don't really
That's
catch
not
stuff.
what a funnel does at all.
Funnels just make it easier to
That's a
pour
filter.
something
That's a
into another
filter.
thing.
I feel like you've never cooked a day in your life, Viv.
So imagine what Viv is trying to say. Imagine you had to filter things, but you were only given a funnel. Does that make sense? That's the
Not
challenge.
Confused.
really. Still
Okay.
confused.
That is our job. That is our job. We are asked to filter shit out, and we are only given a funnel. So that is where the comparison is coming from, because we are asked to do quite a lot with not the tools that we have.
I guess I'm curious. Is it Macy's? Or is this funnel Macy's? Like, who owns this parade? Who makes you guys take these awful deals with all of these companies?
These are wonderful deals with exciting companies.
Okay.
I heard Celsius paid us $500.
They paid
Well, they
you
paid
guys.
the Rockettes $500.
Yes.
The parade got much more.
We got much
How
more.
are you doing, by the way? I heard that there was
I
a
love
sort
your
of a-
Instagram. I heard you got a boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yay! Yay!
You had the hardest launch of a boyfriend I've ever seen on Instagram.
Yeah, I laid it out for 6 months. A little bit of his finger every day.
And that is the hardest launch we've ever heard of. Just a little bit of a finger daily.
And paragraph log.
Oh, when it was revealed that it
Bios.
was his thumb and not his index finger, that was sexy. No, I've been doing well. I've been losing the ability to be super flexible. So that's why I've hard pivoted to just making my Instagram like more of a personality. But I am
Sure.
still a rockette and I'm still doing the things. But hard launching my boyfriend was kind of like a big cry for help that like I have nothing else to post about.
I'm sorry to hear that this thing we congratulated you on was a cry for help. I'm very sorry about that.
I should be getting congratulations that I'm getting a boyfriend. That's huge.
Right.
My lack of anything to talk about, post, or share with the world is a cry for help.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Well, and as your boss, we just want to again congratulate you on getting a boyfriend.
Thank you. I know.
As your boss, we're really excited to see that happen.
No, it's really exciting. And this is my first parade with a boyfriend. So
and Mark seems like a fantastic guy. The snakes he has are like snakes I've never seen.
I know. He has at least 9 snakes. And we have been doing long distance because he lives in Burbank. Meanwhile, I'm in Manhattan. So it's been hard. Hence me hard launching him with one picture of his hand. But I see him when I can. And he's really excited this year to be like a parade trophy husband because he gets to watch me do the parade. And I've only had family watch the parade. This year, a love of mine does.
Is he going to be in the boyfriend section during the parade?
Fingers crossed.
It's a hard thing to get into. Yeah.
I heard this year, it's like it's only like a couple passes.
There's so many high school marching bands and all of them have such serious boyfriends, everybody in those bands. And so I will say it's kind of a stinky section to be in. None of them wear BO or none of them wear deodorant. They all have BO. So I would be careful to put Mark in there, but if he wants to be there, let me know. And I'm absolutely happy to coordinate that.
Thank you.
That's
I'm so
really
excited.
exciting.
There's nothing quite like having your family and loved ones watch you walk the parade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did you guys get all my mail requesting a couple more passes for the girlfriend section?
We did not, Stizz.
I'm going to need a couple more passes. I've sent you so much mail about this.
Well,
I do love the girlfriend section is all of Stizz's lovers.
Yeah.
So we didn't have a girlfriend section. Women usually weren't interested in supporting their men in these floats and parades, and queer women are brand new to the parade.
They're just new to us.
They're new in general.
New to us.
They're new to us.
They're new in general.
Aren't we learning so much? We you know what's funny? Viv and I started something to promote LGBTQ. We started something. We have our own Slack channel. We have our own Slack channel.
I want to hear this.
We have our own Slack channel.
We have our own Slack channel. It's just me and Viv, and it's called #FrySlay, and we send each other a gay person every Friday.
Yes. Yes. It's very exciting. The other day, I got sent a picture of Tan France, and
that was me.
I responded with a picture of Nathan Lane. And it's been a really exciting way. Every morning I wake up and I Google 5 gay people, and I put them in a list. And little by little, I learned how many there are.
You guys being on salary is wild.
It's crazy.
It's absolutely wild.
This is at the advice of our DEI team, and we are following it to a T. But we are very excited, and we are trying to implement everything into the parade. I can say on the balloon side, the Michelin Man balloon, we have consulted with RuPaul. His waist will be snatched this year, so we're very excited.
Yes, and we have also spoken to people. The giant turkey is going to be just like you for real this year, so we're really, really pumped about that.
I can't believe Eloise is gonna be snatched.
Wow, that's gonna look good.
That's gonna be really good.
We do this all for you, Stizz. We do this all for you, Stizz. You are our inspiration.
Wow, that is so kind because, as you know, I am turning 50, and I started working for you guys when I was 16.
That's correct.
So that is, I don't know, you do the math. So many years of nobody acknowledging me and my sexuality.
It certainly is. It certainly is. Many years, Stizz.
Yes, exactly.
And now and look at you guys. All it took was many scandals with my ex-partner, who is a woman who does also work for you.
Yes.
And now your 2 bosses have their own Slack channel that they message each other gay people on.
And they're learning so much. That is teaching them so many things, right?
Oh, it certainly is.
What have you guys learned?
Names. We've learned names.
Oh, good.
We've learned mostly names. Names.
Lots
We've
of
learned
names.
And some names of Real Housewives we've also learned.
Oh my God.
Learned. Yeah.
Lisa Barlow.
Yeah.
I love her.
It's either of the culture or for the culture, right? So sometimes we send things that people
We alternate
really
Fridays.
into.
One is of the culture, one is for the culture.
That is certainly something we do. It's really good. So should we talk, Stizz? We haven't really unveiled your predominant float. We know you're going to have a hand in all 50 floats this year, but I'm excited to announce what float or what balloon you're going to be carrying this year. It's very thrilling.
Yes, you guys did send me all the mock-ups of every balloon, and this is a new special balloon for the year.
Yes, balloon. It is a very special balloon.
For my birthday.
It's a character that was very popular this year. It's Robert Oppenheimer. Yeah.
So the balloon is like it is shaped like a bomb, and we are so excited for it to pop in your hands when we do the confetti.
Yeah, I did read that in the mock-up, and it says it may or may not pop in my hands, because part of it is that you are going to turn on like a 5-minute timer, and then I am supposed to try to hold down and defuse this large helium balloon.
And get ready. Guess what's also going on while you're trying to defuse it? The rockets are coming out, and this year we are not in Santa Claus. We are half Barbie, half Oppenheimer, directly on our bodies. And we're doing that for you, Stizz.
That's great. I'm checking the fine print here also, and it says that if I do not disarm and it does in fact explode, it will take out all of the rockets.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard that you guys are trying to bring back
Robert.
hydrogen, right? You guys are trying to bring back hydrogen, kind of like a hydrogen bomb type of thing.
Yes, we're kind of doing a couple good things for hydrogen because we're eyeing them for a sponsor next year. So we're trying to let them know that we're here and we're down to play ball.
Who's your boss? Who?
If I told you, you wouldn't want to know.
Well, since nobody asked, I guess I'll just come out with it. I finally was able to invent that hover car motorcycle that I've been working on all year.
Nobody asked.
Nobody asked, so it doesn't
nobody
matter.
knew.
Not what this is about, sir.
Again, ruining the interview.
How is nobody else confused? It's a houseboat, a house that can move. I want to know how that address works.
Okay, you invented a hover car, but you're confused by the houseboat.
The logistics of addresses. Okay, I didn't invent a hover car. It's a hover car
So
motorcycle.
what's the address of the hover car?
My factory for it, my workshop. A hover motorcycle is not where you live. It's not a house hover motorcycle. The address where you park a car is your house, okay?
Okay, I have a question for you, since you've been asking me some questions. As we know, you are a big inventor in the motorcycle space. Sounds lucrative. Why do you take these really weird bad jobs as a filler here at the Thanksgiving Day Parade?
I love Thanksgiving. I think we talked about this last year, but I can't remember what I said, so I'll give it with this answer. I love Thanksgiving. My dad was a soldier, and my mom was a mom.
This sounds made up.
And everything.
Mom was a mom.
Soldier for who again?
Soldier for the Croatian army. And my mom.
So that's
neutral.
that accent.
Neutral.
I was wondering where that accent was.
My mom was a mom, and
Croatian.
every Thanksgiving we'd sit down and watch the floats go by, and she would look at me and go, "There's your dad. There's your dad." And it didn't make sense, and it wasn't my dad, but it reminded me every year I'd watch the floats go by and go, you know what? I just want to be included. I just want to be invited. So that's why I come every year. You know, it reminds me of my family, reminds me of my home.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Wow. I wonder what you said last year and if it made more sense.
It probably made a lot more sense, honestly.
Well, Giancarlo,
Okay.
I can't believe we haven't spoken of this. There is a confirmed job for you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you are filling in as Freddy Fazbear on the 5 Nights at Freddy float.
Yes. So the last actor was killed by the actual automaton at like the movie if you haven't seen it. It
crushed and
rips you.
imploded.
Spoiler.
Yeah. Crushed
Yeah,
and
Really
imploded.
sad.
Spoiler.
Spoilers. Stop
Spoiler.
listening. You should
Hey,
stop listening 5 minutes
If anybody
ago.
is listening, don't go see that movie. Anyway.
Well, no, we love that movie and we love that it's sponsored. Check it out.
no, sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll be playing Freddy Fazbear. Very fun. Very
Yes, you're going to be
exciting.
on the Five Nights at Freddy's float. Josh Hutcherson is going to be playing hot cross buns on steel pan. So it's going to be really
That's
fun.
absolutely incredible.
Nothing to do with the movie. It's a Hot Cross Buns song and Five Nights at Freddy's crossover.
I believe that there was a Sarah Lee co-sponsor on that float. Was there not?
There was for a little
Of
bit.
the bread?
Yeah, of the Sarah Lee of the bread. Yes, totally.
Of the bread.
Sarah Lee was involved, but then Sarah Lee she moved on over to our bakery themed float, which was actually being sponsored by Sur La Table. So that was supposed to be featuring the actual baking gear. And then she was like, well, I want to be involved with the bread. And they said, well, we don't really want to be associated because Sarah Lee doesn't use our equipment. So Sur La Table left that. And we actually moved Sur La Table over to the jungle themed float, which was, of course,
Just the theme of the jungle.
yeah, just the jungle. The Amazon jungle is trying to get some people to come check it out again. So,
Oh, wow.
so now there's some
Let's hope that
kitchen-
goes well.
Can I ask? I know that you're. I know. Fingers crossed for them.
Just to say, yeah, that float does not sound like it's going to be culturally sensitive at all. That's going to be a
No.
very interesting float.
But
I
you
think
know
it's
who's
going
on
to
it?
be very sensitive. It's Michael Bublé
Yes.
on a children's xylophone playing "Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas." Is it not?
Yes, and he's not singing. He's only playing on a children's
Excited to see
xylophone.
how that ties into the Amazon jungle. Okay,
Incredible.
what did you
Imagine
want to
this.
say?
Michael Bublé,
Incredible.
xylophone, jungles in the background, fake animals, and then large pizza sheets and equipment like thermometers, kitchen candy thermometers, and of course those gloves and those little handles that you put on
How
hot
do you
pans.
guys think like this? How do you do it?
Well,
Well,
we
it's
do.
a distraction, right? You know, the
Yeah.
Amazon
Incredible.
people have very opinions. People have opinions about it.
Yeah.
We should be deforesting. We should not be deforesting. Both very valid points of view, right? So
They're
we want to
so
go right
valid.
down the middle with Michael Bublé. And that was our thinking on that.
Absolutely.
Since you guys are like divulging all the details for this year, because I'm really loving the like the debrief before.
Sure.
I mean
Yeah.
the like prep.
Happy to tell you, and to be clear, we haven't divulged a 32nd of the information we know.
Oh,
There's
wow.
more than what you have told us.
That
Oh,
is
certainly, yeah.
absolutely insane.
Let's just say we know the machinations of how certain foundational particles of the universe work that you would only dream of.
Okay, where is Al Roker stationed?
Al Roker's with the rest of them. Any
The
other
rest of
questions?
them? No.
Where
What do
where
you
is
mean
he?
by that?
'Cause he's put
Where are
at
you
different
holding him?
parts every year. Like every year he is a different part. Where is
Okay,
he stationed?
Let me clear the rumors. Al Roker is safe right now.
No.
No,
No,
that's
no,
not.
no.
It's
We
Al
didn't think he
Roker.
was not.
Al Roker is not in danger. Al Roker is safe
Okay,
at home.
we need to know. I get
Is this not your
copious amounts
question?
of DMs. I am trying to hard launch my boyfriend, and the only comments I get on these posts are, "Is Al Roker safe? We know the company you work for has him. Where is he? Release him." And I'm trying to hard launch my boyfriend.
If you know Al Roker, I urge you to text him and you will get a response that sounds just like him.
What we can say as well is if you look at all of the pictures he has posted himself on Instagram, they all add up to a safe man.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I would encourage you to do your own research. I would encourage you to do your own research.
Will he be reporting on the parade?
He'll be there. Al will be
Yes.
there. You can't do it without Al, without Savannah Guthrie, and without Hoda Kotb. Three of our favorite friends.
And where is Samantha?
Samantha, I didn't say. I said Savannah Guthrie. Samantha is not someone I know.
Samantha is a fictional character from Sex and the City. So we don't know
See,
her.
this happens sometimes with my brain. I sometimes think we're talking about Sex in the City.
Yeah.
Savannah Guthrie, 132 pounds. Hoda Kotb, she won, I think 187.
187? 187.
She's tall. She was tall.
What about Mr. Big? Mr. Big and Charlotte.
They don't work for us. You're thinking of Sex in the City again.
See?
I got another test from Orpheus the Harbinger. It just says, "You're looking pretty tight little butt, Black Rose. Black Rose.
So that's the Ozempic float. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
Oh, that wasn't him hitting on me. It was a very yes. Okay, I'll be on the Ozempic float. Fantastic.
The Ozempic float. I cannot wait for you guys to see the Ozempic float. It's the Ozempic float. On the float, it is nice restaurant themed, and Mindy Kaling is screaming at a hostess, and it's going to be so much fun.
Gosh, what a beautiful American tradition we get to be a part of.
It's really wonderful. Does anyone have any plans? Any plans after the parade this year? As we all know, we get done at about noon. And then we have the rest of the day.
Well, that's interesting. I guess my plan was I got a very strange email from a no reply that said, hang around after, hang around after, hang around after, hang around after.
You should follow that. I would advise you to hang around after.
And I would also scroll down to see if that isn't just a Joe Biden text, to see if he's asking.
Let me look. No, it's Joe Biden.
You always have to scroll down. You always have to scroll down.
It is Joe Biden. He just probably messed up on sending an email.
Yeah. That's classic him. I think
classic Joseph.
This year, I'm immediately after the parade, I'll be FaceTiming my boyfriend if he's either in Burbank or if he's in the boyfriend section. I'm so excited. I'm really excited about that. What about you guys?
Well, I am zooming in to a mandatory meeting at the Celebrity Center. Where they will, the Scientology Celebrity Center, of course, where they will be letting me know if I did a good job with the balloon or not.
And I'll be down island. I'll be out of pocket and I won't be reachable.
What's going on? I guess I'll say I don't know where I'll be because this is the most work I've ever done in all the history of all the parades I've ever been in. So I imagine I'll be very tired since you've all got me holding 50 balloons.
No, that sounds like someone that's about to get laid.
Don't say it, but hopefully, yes, I will head straight over to the girlfriend section that, again, I will need more passes for because hopefully I will just jump into the crowd, they'll rip my clothes off, and we will just orgy right there in the middle of New York City.
And what I imagine for you, Stizz, is you orgy right in the middle of Manhattan, and then you take them all, you go through your ex-girlfriend Toy's house, straight to the back, where the pool is, and you go right home.
I'm going to show Toy what's up by bringing so many women through her house to get to mine, which is in the back.
I heard the whole cast of 6 is invited to your houseboat after.
Yeah, all 6 of them.
And the 2 alternates.
Right.
Stizz, I would like to encourage you not to have public sex on Thanksgiving Day in New York City.
Well, I got this approved because I have asked if everyone, when we start the orgy, if we can all shape our bodies into the shape of a float, because there will be that many of us. And then we will just orgy down Manhattan, down the street. So now everyone looking will think it's a float.
We have expressed that it won't be safe for you to do a float made of girlfriends until your 75th year.
No, I heard, Stizz, you got an exclusive deal with Me Undies to do that float.
I did, and you know what? Shocked to see that that's the one piece of mail you guys responded to was my pitch on the Me Undies partnered float.
Well, we can smell a brand if it's mentioned on a piece of paper. So that is stuff we sniff out like a dog. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We can sense it. I also want to say your skin flailing orgy float is going to conflict with the Neutrogena float, which is made of people from the New York Public Ballet, and on it's going to be, of course, Renee Rapp singing the Alvin and the Chipmunks Christmas song. So
why is she singing that?
Isn't that just a Christmas song, but sung by the Alvin and the Chipmunks?
Christmas time is here. Time for joy and time for cheer.
How do you cover that specific song? Is she singing as a chipmunk?
Listen, Renee does what she wants, and we let her.
I'm crying.
Well, can't wait to see you guys there. Can't wait to see what crazy things I fill in for.
I really hope that we're going to have a good year this year and that next year we'll all be able to come back together safe and sound.
I guess we never even talked about how last year's went. Okay, goodbye, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And
Happy Thanksgiving.
please enjoy the parade this year. We put a lot of work into it. And if you don't enjoy it, we're going to suffer.
Here's to hoping that Stizz can unlock the bomb.
That's right. There's a lot riding on this. We will see you next year, or maybe we won't.
That's what I was saying. I hope we're safe. I love you guys. Bye. I love my boyfriend.
Factory farming.
This has been Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists, answering the question, now that's why they call it showbiz. We'll see you next time. Artists on Artists on Artists on Artists is an improvised Hollywood roundtable podcast created, performed, and produced by Kylie Brakeman, Jeremy Colhane, Angela Giratana, and Patrick McDonald. Music is by Gabriel Ponton. The opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect the opinions of anyone who works on it, not even the performers, because this is an improvised podcast and we're stupid. Full video versions of AOA are available on YouTube, so please like and subscribe and leave us a 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts. That's all for now. Good night, Hollywood.